Yachanan chapter 8, verse 41. And these are the words, this is the words of Yahshuwah. Chapter 8, verse 41. All right. He says, you do the deeds of your father. Then said they unto him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even Elohim. Now, these people tried to slick the Messiah, and they was actually really talk. You know how you talk about somebody in code? They were talking about him in code. They said, we're not born out of fornication, saying to him, hey, you was pregnant, your mother was pregnant with you, and she wasn't married. That's what they were saying. He says, we were not born of fornication. We have one Father. Boy, I'm telling you, religious people can really be something else, can't they? He says, but even Elohim. Now watch this, verse 42. Now watch what the Messiah says to them, right? He deals with them right straight up. He said, Yahshua said unto them, if Yah was your Father, ye would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from Yah, neither came I of myself, but he sent me. So he's saying, you don't even know the real deal, brothers and sisters. You saying I'm a son of fornication. I'm telling you, I came from the Father. He sent me. I didn't come of my own self. Look what he says again. He says, I proceeded forth and came from Yah, neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? See that? Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So, Jesus says that you are all God's children. How many times have we heard that in church? We all are God's children. We are all God's children. No, you're not. Nope. Not. Well, you might be God's children, but you're not Yah's children. You're not the Most High. You're not sons of the Most High. Because Yeshua said, if you love me, then you would obey me. If you were of my Father, then you would love me. Because I'm here to set you free. Now, so Jesus taught that we are all God's children, but Yahshua taught that you are of your father the devil if you hear him and follow him, and that's your father. Now, Jesus, the last point I want to make as we close out on this session, has been a wonderful session. The Most High has been good to us. Jesus taught the pre-tribulation rapture for all you rapture lovers who still want to be raptured up into heaven. You still don't get it. After all the videos we've done on rapture for dummies and rapture exposing it, you still want to hold on with a bulldog grip to a lie. I really can't say nothing else about it, because it's unbelievable to hear the people, the comments that people say when they read the scriptures for themselves. Well, it don't mean that, we're going to be raptured to heaven. Okay? Now, Jesus, brothers and sisters, taught the pre-tribulation rapture up into heaven. And he taught that you were going to be raptured up into heaven, and you're going to live in heaven. All right? Now, and people are in heaven today. That's what Jesus taught, right? Now, Yahshua, on the other hand, taught that he would gather the elect after the tribulation. Not before, not in between, after tribulation. For the purpose of dwelling on the earth. He said that the meek shall live right here on the earth. Not in heaven, not way up in the blue yonder somewhere way up in the sky, the pie. No. He said, you are going to dwell on the earth. We're going to show you a scripture in a minute. He taught that he's going to gather the elect after the tribulation, and you are going to live on the earth. Now look at Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. We're going to read one verse. For those of y'all that want to be raptured to heaven, okay, go ahead and be raptured. We'll pray for you. We'll watch you be raptured up. How about that? Matthew 24, verse 29. He says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and with great glory. And verse 31, he shall send his angels with sound, the great sound of the trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now, how many times, brothers and sisters, is the Messiah going to come and gather people? You are telling me that the Messiah is going to gather people before the tribulation from the four corners, then he's going to come back after the tribulation and gather some more people from the four corners? So you got the Messiah coming back 3 times. He came the first time through Miriam to live on the earth, to die for the sins of the world. And now you tell me that the Messiah is going to come back a time before the tribulation to gather his elect, to take them to heaven, where they're going to walk the streets paved with gold, and we're going to study war no more, and we're going to sing with the heavenly choir, and we're going to sing and never get tired. Say yeah, ha! No! That's stupidness, stupidity, brothers and sisters. Stupid. It's foolish. I can't take it no more. It's just total ignorance. It's total ignorance, bro. It's total ignorance. Man, can't you see through that thick? Okay, all right, let me get back. So he says, and there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, saying, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. They shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and with great glory. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of the trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds of the earth, from one end of heaven to the other. He did not say he's going to gather them before the tribulation and take them back to heaven for 7 years and then come back to the earth and gather the elect from the four corners after the tribulation. That don't make no logical sense, brothers and sisters. Yeah, but what about the scripture that says he will keep them from the hour of temptation? Keep them from. How did he keep Israel in the land of Egypt from the hour of temptation? They were on earth, weren't they? He said, when I see the blood, I will pass over. How does he keep you from? He keeps you through faith in him, in his blood. So if you believe you're going to die, then you're going to die. I'm going to live. I don't know about anybody. I'm going to live. Look at this face right here. This brother going to live through the tribulation. And I'm going to tell the testimony. You're going to see my face on CNN or NBC, wherever. I'm going to live through the tribulation. All right? Now, that's not coming from me, because I don't know what my life future holds, but nonetheless, if you are afraid, he that seeketh to save his life, he shall lose it. He that seeketh to lose his life for my sake shall gain it. All right, now. So the Messiah is not going to come 3 times. He's not going to come down and gather people, take them to heaven, for 7 years and come back again and gather people again. No, that's not his MO. That is not what he said would happen.